What's up, people of the internet, and today I'm reviewing my favorite Demon Slayer character, Rengoku. So let's get right into the review. So for packaging, he comes in your standard Demon Slayer box with the very nice patterns on it. The colors are really cool, there is some character art on the front, and on the back there are some poses with an actual edited picture. And also on the back you can see the amount of accessories he has, which isn't a lot, but isn't that little. Also, as I said, the colors are nice and the patterns like paint strokes are also really cool. Now, onto the figure itself. So, this is how Rengoku looks. Let me take off the sword. I'm reviewing him without the cape because the cape is annoying and really heavy, and I'm putting it on the figure later, so yeah, I don't want to do it right now. But besides that, the figure looks really nice. I think it has a better matte finish than Tanjiro because I think he's more shiny, and Rengoku looks really nice and premium. Every joint feels sturdy, nothing is loose, nothing is tight. And yeah, every face looks good, the hair is really nicely made. There is some paint chipping on the cape here, but besides that it's fine. Also, the cape looks good, but it's not functional. Now, on to accessories. So, firstly, let me zoom in. Rengoku comes with this normal smiling face, I guess. He also comes with this neutral one, which in my opinion looks way better than the smiling one. The smiling one looks kind of like an owl, which I know Rengoku sometimes looks like an owl, but not this much. He also has this smiling face, which is really good. And he also has this open mouth smiling face, which also looks amazing. I saw a comment on, I think, YouTube or Instagram that said that Rengoku needed more smiling faces. No, he doesn't. He has 3. He does not need a 4th one. What he needed was a yelling face or some effects, but the yelling face more so, because I realized that he doesn't have a single one. But the faces he does have is this angry teeth gritted face, which is looking to the side, which most of the time I would have said that it's kind of stupid, but actually I have found myself using this way more than I anticipated, and if it wasn't looking off to the side, I wouldn't have used it that much. And finally, my favorite face is this bloodied face from when he uses his 9th form Rengoku. And it's really cool. It has the blood, of course, the one closed eye, and it looks right out of the anime. Now, for another accessory is this cape that I want to talk about because it's really impractical. It's made out of a really soft plastic, which is great, but it should have been cloth goods. It has movement here to cover his shoulders. I've mostly found myself moving these to the side to make it look like it's flowing in the wind, which that is the actual only good thing about this cape, is that you can really easily make it like that, but a soft goods cape with a wire would have done better. Also, each of these pieces is on a hinge and swivel, and yeah, it's kind of annoying. It's really heavy and it limits the head range. At least it has this really easy way to remove it with the clip. Now, we also have some other accessories. Rengoku has a pair of fists, a pair of grabbing hands, a pair of open gesture hands, and a pair of relaxed hands, so a pretty good selection. The only sad thing is that he doesn't have his box, I think it's called bento box or something, I'm not exactly sure, where he ate from, something that he could eat, because he did that a lot in the Mugen Train movie. He also has his sword, which looks beautiful, really, can we focus, really well detailed. And yeah, and also he has his sheath and the hilt, and just like Tanjiro, they plug in the figure itself. Now, on to articulation. Now, for articulation, again, I'm doing it without the cape because it limits the head range. That's why I'm going eventually to get a soft good cape. So, the head looks up not that much, and with the cape it looks up even less. it looks down really well. Here on the back, this is on a ball joint, so it moves. These move. Here on the front, these move. Then also swivel and some nice tilt. The arms are again like Zoro's, and they look better, but still not the best, but they look better and actually function this time without being incredibly tight. Here is how much range he gets, so it's a ton of range, and at least they aren't super tight like Zoro's. And here is it on the back. Again, pretty good range. They of course kind of move. Yeah, they move all the way, but it's really difficult to maneuver them because of the joint setup. You do have a bicep swivel that is pretty well hidden. Really nice double jointed elbows, a wrist hinge and swivel. The ab crunches really well forwards. Actually not really well, a decent amount. There is some gappage, but it's a pretty decent crunch. If only they would have added a hinge below, that would have, like the... Which figure? There was a figure that had that, like a similar range. I think the Naruto line has a similar setup, I'm not sure. Also, he can arch back really far. There is a little bit of gappage, but not as much as Tanjiro. And some tilt. The legs kick up forward this much and backward this much. They split really well. You do have a thigh swivel, really nice single jointed elbow, knees, and with the shin movement you get basically full range. And here we have a ankle swivel, ankle hinge and ankle pivot, and also a toe joint. So in terms of articulation, it's pretty similar to Tanjiro, but way better in the quality of the joints because it doesn't feel like it's gonna break. So as for size comparisons, here is him in my anime display, and here is him next to your average $20 scam. As for the quality of this figure, I honestly believe that this is the best Rengoku you can get right now, because your other options are the Mcfarlane, need I say more, the Ultimate Legends, which as far as I've seen from Tengen, it's not a really good line. You have the BUZZmod, which looks like, say again the comparison with an owl, it looks like a dead owl. But at least it has a wired cape and a lot of accessories, but the articulation is worse. And the Figma, which the only things that the Figma has that this Rengoku doesn't have is some effects, some more accessories, a lot of QC issues and worse articulation. So I'm pretty sure that it's pretty safe to say that this Rengoku not only looks the best, but is also the best figure you can get. And if you so much want the effects, just like me, you can find some on AliExpress, which are a decently cheap price. And also for the wired cape, again, on AliExpress there is a wired cape that I'll eventually get. See ya, people!